Hello, everyone. Welcome back to this video. In our last lesson, we talked about the function of the simple present tense, when and why we use it. You learned that we often use it to talk about facts, habits, and things that happen regularly. Now let's move on and learn how to write simple sentences in the simple present tense. When we talk about sentence forms in the simple present tense, we usually focus on three kinds: positive or affirmative, negative, and interrogative. Each one follows its own pattern or structure. Let's begin with positive sentences. A positive sentence tells us that something is true. Now, let's look at the basic structure. Subject plus verb 1 base verb plus object. Let me show you an example. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. In this sentence, water is the subject, boils is the verb, and at 100 degrees Celsius is the object or additional information. Let's try one more. Tony and Ryan play football every Friday morning. Here again, Tony and Ryan is the subject, play is the verb, and football every Friday morning is the object or additional information. See? It's simple when you break it down. Anyway, before we move on, did you notice something about the verbs in those sentences? Sometimes the verb changes a little. For example, boil becomes boils, but play stays the same, no S at the end. So, why does that happen? Well, in the simple present tense, we often need to adjust the verb, and here's the rule. When the subject is third-person singular, like he, she, or it, we usually add S or ES to the verb. Let's look back at this sentence. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Now, before we go further, let's do something important. We need to change the subject into a personal pronoun. Why? Because this helps us understand how the verb changes based on the subject. In this case, the subject is water. Since water is a singular noun, we replace it with the pronoun it. So now the sentence becomes, it boils at 100 degrees Celsius. A little bit tricky? Yeah, I know. But don't worry, let me help you understand it better. Here's the key point. Except for the third-person singular, we always use the base form of the verb, without S or ES. Take a look at this table. It will help you see the pattern more clearly. To help you better understand when to add S or ES, take a look at this table too. It shows you when we need to add ES to a verb in the simple present tense. As a general rule, we use ES for verbs that end in O, CH, SH, SS, X, or Z. For example, go, goes. He goes to school. Watch, watches. She watches cartoons. Wash, washes. He washes the dishes. Kiss, kisses. She kisses the baby. Fix, fixes. He fixes the bike. Buzz, buzzes. It buzzes loudly. In addition to that, verbs ending in Y follow a slightly different rule. If there's a consonant before the Y, we change the Y to I and add ES. For example, study, studies. He studies every night. Carry, carries. She carries a backpack. On the other hand, if there's a vowel before the Y, we simply add S. No need to change the spelling. For example, play, plays. He plays football. Enjoy, enjoys. She enjoys learning English. Besides all these verb endings, just simply add S. All right, everyone, that's the end of our lesson today. I hope you're still feeling motivated to learn English and keep improving every day. So stay tuned and see you in the next lesson.